This is the original production version. You were planning to hop out in front of somebody, you better think again. It's what a rugged off-road vehicle should have. They hold their value very well. In my personal opinion, I think this is what they're supposed to be. Hey y'all, welcome back to DC MotorWerks. I'm Andy, and today we're going to show you this Puch. This is a 300 GD. It's basically the Mercedes G-Wagon, but before Mercedes really got involved with it, Puch was making them. And you can check out the badge here, but we also have the Mercedes emblem on the front hood. This is the original production version of a G-Wagon before Mercedes started adding in all the additional parts from other chassis. It was designed for a military vehicle. It's boxy shape, and this is the military version of it. It's got the nice canvas top roof, which you can peel back. You can then roll the windshield forward and lock it into these hooks here. You can roll up the sides if you want to keep the top on, but just have the sides open. Jerry can back here. It's the original military style version. Just take it out of there. Pretty neat, pretty normal G-Wagon style rear door. It does hinge a bit differently. There are still shared parts, like in another G-Wagon video we made. We talked about this latch. It's all the same latches. This one being a 1986, I believe they started somewhere in the 70s producing these, and they're still using the same parts up until recently when they changed the body style. Neat little fuel filler cap. Check out the interior here. This dash remained very similar up until the 2000s era. They did have covers and things on them, but overall it was a similar shape, and then they started adding center consoles and things to it, taken out of other vehicles. We'll show you the engine. This is the Mercedes 617 diesel engine. It's the old school mechanical injection, no turbo, naturally aspirated. It's in really great shape. This being a military version, it is a 24-volt battery system, which is kind of interesting to me. So with this G-Wagon, in my personal opinion, I think this is what they're supposed to be. This is how they were originally created, what they were intended for, a military off-road vehicle. And then Mercedes got heavily involved with them. As you can see with their engine, their axles and things like that, they were already involved with them, but they saw a market for it. People wanted to buy them. So they started adding all of the interiors from other cars that they were already producing, like C-classes and things like that. You have the C-class instrument cluster and the seats and things from other chassis that they started adding to the interior to make it nicer. But my personal opinion, this is what a G-Wagon should be. This is how it started off, and this is really what they ride like. How you see this and how it rides is pretty well how they ride up until 2020. They're all neat, they're all interesting, and everybody has their own way, whatever they like, but my personal opinion, this is the one for me. So we'll go out and take it for a drive and see how she does. We'll hop in here and fire it up. Go ahead and start her up. We'll let it glow for a second because it is a diesel. That nice clatter. Pull down the old mechanical parking brake. The old 617 Mercedes diesel engine was a great engine. Get a lot of life, many miles out of them, but they were not extremely powerful. You were planning to hop out in front of somebody, you better think again. Got plenty of power for the time. It's very similar like a 240D engine. You wouldn't want to hop out in front of anybody nowadays. So this being an old military G-Wagon, they weren't worried about soundproofing and foam mats and carpet liners or any of that kind of stuff. There's a good bit of wind noise going down the road, but it's not unbearable. It's very fun, I guess. It's got a nice character to it. We're fourth gear, which is all you got, 4 gears. We're doing 60 miles an hour. And we're gonna crest the hill here, and we're gonna actually start picking up speed now. sorry, kilometers an hour, not miles an hour. The wind noise isn't terrible. I guess it would be comparable to any modern Jeep, you know, with the plastic windows and stuff. Brakes very well. It's not scary or twitchy or anything like that. This customer's previous visit to us, we did a lot of repairs to the front axle. We did the knuckle ball seals and all the bearings inside the hub, and resealed a lot of stuff in the front end. This time he's going to get some radius arm bushings and maybe some tie rod ball joints and things like that done to it. If you were trying to drive this 100 miles or something, this wouldn't be the one you'd choose. This is a nice around town kind of beater car. It's obviously way too nice to call it a beater, but this is not something you want to pull out on Highway 400. This is around the block, to the grocery store. If you're brave enough to risk damaging it, definitely it would be happy beating around in the woods or in the mud. It would perform very well. That's exactly what it was designed for. It'd be like throwing a fish back in the water. Get a little steam going up this hill. It's got a big old bus steering wheel. That's pretty common of anything in a Benz from the 70s era. This is not a 70s production, but it's still the 70s design. The customer does want us to try to engage the rear diff lock. It's basically like a brake master cylinder under there. You squish it and you're compressing fluid, which locks the rear diff, but it's puking. So I would be willing to bet it doesn't work. But he wants us to try. Go down a nice dirt road here. This is where this vehicle was designed to be. Nice country road. Yeah, these first generation Puch or G-Wagons or whatever it might be, they don't really have a whole lot of climate control features like newer vehicles. You've got no heat and heat, and that's about it. And you got fan speeds, which you can change, you know, fan speed positions and whatnot, but that's about it. It's what a rugged off-road vehicle should have. Try not to freeze to death, and if you're hot, roll down the window. Or you could just drop the windshield. Get all the air. This thing has four-wheel disc brakes. It is hydraulic brakes with a booster, so it's not manual brakes. And it has a 4-speed manual transmission. We have four-wheel drive, high and low. And we also have diff lock and rear lockers, which can be locked. I would probably leave it on and flip the sides up. I don't want to be baking in the sun. I like to be in the shade. I think it'd be cool to drop the windshield. It wouldn't surprise me if like the Star magazine or something did an article on it. They might snub their nose at it because it's a Puch. It's not a Mercedes, it's a Puch. But then if you ask anybody else, they'll tell you it's a Mercedes because it has a Mercedes engine. It's just like the Dino. It kind of has, the early ones have that. This was basically the same thing going on, as it was built by Puch, and then Mercedes gave them all the parts for it. G-Wagons, as far as the upfitted ones, they hold their value very well, surprisingly, to be as boxy and as primitive as they are with all the add-on stuff from the various vehicles Mercedes made. It's still this vehicle. It's still just as boxy. It still turns and brakes just as well as this 60s military vehicle. Well, thank y'all for watching. This concludes our military G-Wagon video. I like it. I hope you liked it too. Please like and subscribe and check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching.